Ever questioned, what are normal things a Sigma would never do? Well, you're not alone. In our journey today, we're going to explore the fascinating concept of the Sigma male, a term that's been buzzing around lately. This persona is a unique archetype in the grand tapestry of human behavior. Sigmas are individuals who thrive on their own terms, reject societal norms, and live life outside the conventional social hierarchy. But why? What makes them tick? How do they view the world differently from alphas, betas, and the rest of the pack? And what are the normal things they would never find themselves doing? We're going to delve into all these questions and more, shedding light on this enigmatic figure. So if you've ever wondered how Sigmas are reshaping societal norms, or if you might be a Sigma yourself, you're in the right place. Without further ado, let's delve into the intriguing world of Sigmas. First off, a Sigma would never bow to social hierarchies. Imagine a world where your worth is not dictated by your social standing or the size of your entourage. This is the world of a Sigma. A Sigma is an individual who values independence and self-reliance over social recognition, making them quite the anomaly in a society that thrives on popularity and status. Why is this? Well, it's not because they are antisocial or lack the skills to climb the social ladder. Rather, they simply find no appeal in it. They see the world differently. For them, the concept of fitting in is foreign. They believe in carving their own path, not following the one everyone else seems to be on. Unlike alphas or betas who might strive to be the life of the party or the king of the hill, a Sigma is more introspective. They prefer solitude, not because they are loners, but because they value their own company. It's in these quiet moments of solitude that they engage in deep introspection, exploring their own thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. This introspective nature greatly impacts their decision-making. They don't make choices based on what will earn them social accolades or approval. Instead, they make decisions that align with their personal values and beliefs, even if it means going against the grain. They are not afraid to stand alone if it means standing for what they believe in. This distaste for social hierarchies doesn't mean they lack social skills or are incapable of forming relationships. They can be charming and sociable when they choose to be. But they don't feel the need to be part of a group to feel validated or accepted. Their sense of self-worth comes from within, not from their position in a social pecking order. In essence, a Sigma values authenticity over popularity, self-reliance over dependence, and personal fulfillment over social recognition. They are content being the silent observer, the lone wolf, the independent thinker. So, the social ladder, not a thing for Sigmas. Secondly, a Sigma would never chase conventional success. Now, what does this mean? Well, society has a standard definition of success, right? It's usually measured in terms of material wealth, status, power, and prestige. It's the big house, the fancy car, the high-powered job. It's being known, being seen, being recognized. But for a Sigma, this conventional notion of success holds little to no appeal. You see, a Sigma defines success differently. For them, it's not about what they have, it's about who they are. It's about personal fulfillment and intellectual growth. It's about their passions, their interests, their skills, and their knowledge. It's about finding meaning and purpose in what they do, rather than just pursuing what society deems successful. Sigmas understand that success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. They reject the notion that success is a linear path, with set milestones and goals. Instead, they see it as a personal journey, unique to each individual. They understand that what brings fulfillment and happiness to one person might not bring the same to another. They do not seek validation from external sources. They don't need others to recognize their accomplishments to feel successful. Their satisfaction comes from within, from knowing that they have grown, learned, and evolved. This perspective allows Sigmas to pursue their own paths, free from societal pressures and expectations. They are not swayed by the allure of material wealth or status. They do not seek to climb the social ladder or to fit into predefined roles. They are driven by their curiosity, their desire to learn, and their passion for their interests. But this does not mean that Sigmas do not strive for excellence. They do, but their motivation comes from within, not from outside. They seek to excel in their chosen fields, not for recognition or reward, but for the sheer joy of mastery and personal growth. For Sigmas, success is an inward journey, not an outward display. They measure their success by their own standards, not by the benchmarks set by society. They value authenticity over popularity, substance over appearance, and personal growth over material gain. They understand that true success comes from within, and that fulfillment and happiness cannot be bought or measured by societal standards. Thirdly, a Sigma would never engage in superficial relationships. This might seem counterintuitive in a world where networking and social connections are often touted as the keys to success. But for a Sigma, the quality of relationships is far more important than the quantity. Sigmas are introverted by nature. They tend to be self-sufficient and prefer spending time alone or in small, close-knit groups. They are not antisocial, but rather selectively social. They choose to invest their time and energy into a few meaningful relationships, rather than spreading themselves thin across numerous casual acquaintances. This preference stems from their desire for authenticity and depth in their interactions. They crave understanding and connection on a deeper level, something which is often lacking in superficial friendships. Superficial relationships, characterized by small talk and surface-level interactions, are not satisfying for a Sigma. They find them draining and unfulfilling. A Sigma would much rather have a deep and meaningful conversation with one person than engage in small talk with 100. They're not interested in maintaining relationships that lack depth and authenticity. They would rather be alone than be surrounded by people who don't truly understand or appreciate them for who they are. This isn't to say that Sigmas are unfriendly or standoffish. On the contrary, they can be incredibly warm and compassionate. They value honesty, integrity, and authenticity in their relationships. They are loyal friends and partners who are willing to go the extra mile for those they care about. But they won't waste their time on relationships that are shallow or artificial. In a world that often prioritizes quantity over quality, Sigmas choose to march to the beat of their own drum. They choose depth over breadth, quality over quantity. They understand that true connection can't be forced or faked. It has to be genuine and real, and they're willing to wait for it rather than settling for less. In the world of Sigmas, depth trumps breadth when it comes to relationships. They seek meaningful connections that add value to their life, not just fill up their social calendar. They understand that true connection isn't about how many people you know, but how well you know them. Lastly, a Sigma would never worry about public opinion. This is an essential part of the Sigma personality, and it's deeply rooted in how they perceive themselves and their place in the world. Sigmas, unlike many of us, don't look for approval or validation from others. They are not driven by the need to fit into societal norms or to be accepted by the crowd. They are, in essence, their own person, living life on their own terms and following their own path. This is not to say that they are totally indifferent to others. They can be empathetic and understanding, but they don't let the opinions of others dictate their actions or decisions. They are not swayed by the latest trends or the hottest fads. They don't feel the need to wear the latest fashion or to own the newest gadget just because everyone else is doing so. They don't seek popularity or fame. They are content with who they are and what they have. This might make them seem aloof or detached, but in reality it's a reflection of their self-assured nature. They have confidence in their abilities, their decisions, and their values. They have a strong sense of self, and they trust their instincts. They don't need the approval of others to feel good about themselves or to know that they are on the right track. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with messages about what we should be, what we should do, and how we should look, the Sigma's ability to stay true to themselves is truly admirable. They are able to tune out the noise and focus on what truly matters to them. They don't compare themselves to others or measure their success by others' standards. This can be incredibly liberating. It frees them from the pressure to conform, to fit in, to be like everyone else. It allows them to live life on their own terms, to pursue their passions, and to be true to themselves. For a Sigma, the only opinion that truly matters is their own. They are the masters of their fate, the captains of their soul, living life by their own rules, and most importantly, they are perfectly content with it. So, what have we learned about the Sigma male? We've explored how Sigmas steer clear from social hierarchies not out of disdain, but because they value their independence and autonomy. They reject the traditional markers of success, choosing to define it on their own terms rather than society's. Sigmas also distance themselves from superficial relationships. They prefer depth and authenticity, seeking connections that are meaningful and enriching. They're not about the quantity of friends, but the quality of connections. Furthermore, we've discovered that a Sigma is indifferent to public opinion. They march to the beat of their own drum, unswayed by the pressure to conform or fit into a mold. Their self-worth isn't dictated by external validation, but by their own internal compass. So, as we wrap up our exploration, consider where you see these traits in your own life. Remember, being a Sigma isn't about being better or worse. It's about being true to oneself. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content.